Major tax changes are on the way for Victorians as the state government looks to pay down its record debt. Live to Georgia Simpson in Melbourne. Georgia, who has been affected?
Well, Danica, economists say that it's big businesses and property investors who will be hit hardest to raise these funds that the state government has to pay back, rather than making any major funding cut announcements or axing any major projects. If we look more broadly at the winners and losers of this state budget, we can see that the winners include small businesses. Their payroll tax threshold will lift from $700,000 to $900,000. Nursing graduates, there's $37 million worth of sign-on bonuses. Gig workers, veterans, endometriosis sufferers and children in child protection have also had some wins from this Victorian state budget. As for the losers, well, that includes property investors. A land tax increase will impact 860,000 property investors, holiday home owners and commercial property owners. This is forecast to bring in about $4.9 billion over the next 4 years. Elective surgery patients, medium to big businesses, they'll be slugged with a higher payroll tax. Public service jobs, up to 4,000 jobs are to be slashed from the public service. Private schools, the timber industry, integrity bodies, there's going to be less funding there, including for IBAC, and Visit Victoria, the state's main tourism body, has had its funding cut. We did take to the streets this morning to ask Victorians what they thought of the budget, how they'd been impacted. It was a bit of a mixed bag. A lot of people had really no idea what was going on, but there were a few people who spoke at a more micro level about what the impacts mean for them.
Public transport is pretty good, but I think there needs to be more infrastructure in the outer suburbs where there isn't much.
I think it's going to be about $1,600 to $1,800 more. I think they've reduced the cap, as I understand. I've not been through the details, but we'll be impacted, but yeah, it's fine. We understand why it was implemented.
I'm hopeful that what he said, if he does, it will be really good for the Melbournians and the Victorian as a whole.
They've got to be sensible and reclaim money, so they've just got to get on and do that and be definitive, not muck around. So I think what they've seemed to have done's hopefully good.
Victorian Chamber of Commerce and Industry CEO Paul Guerra has said that it's businesses who will bear the brunt of this most over the next decade to pay back the billions borrowed during COVID, and that this could actually flow down to the worker.
Now, for the next 10 years, we're going to take a hit on repaying that COVID debt levy. That will result in some businesses deciding not to continue in this state, but it will certainly most likely result in job losses and businesses not expanding beyond where they are today.
Despite these new taxes, Victoria's debt will continue to rise to record levels, from $134 billion to $171 billion in the next financial year. That is until 2025-2026, when the state government has predicted it will record a $1 billion operating surplus. Danica.
Georgia, thank you.